Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
No deal. Metro Detroit's plan for a rapid transit system hits a major roadblock, why it might not even end up on the ballot.
Decision 2016. We are live in Philadelphia as Hillary Clinton is set to close out the convention, all while Mike Pence makes his first trip to Metro Detroit as Donald Trump's VP. We are live there too.
But first, an infant fighting for his life tonight, and now his father is behind bars, charged with child abuse.
And that's where we begin on Local 4 News at 5. 6-month-old Zayden Robinson is at Children's Hospital tonight.
This is heartbreaking, Jason. His parents rushed him to the hospital Monday night when he wouldn't wake up. But when doctors examined him, they quickly contacted the sheriff after seeing what they say were clear signs of child abuse. Now that child's father is behind bars. Let's get to Jermont Terry. He's at Children's Hospital tonight. First off, Jermont, how is that baby boy doing?
Carmen, 6-month-old Zayden is fighting for his life here at Children's Hospital. His injuries are so severe that he was transferred from Henry Ford Macomb. Now, it was in Macomb County where the Sheriff's Department says this child was abused at the hands of his own father. The grandmother saying that this was simply nothing more than an accident.
So precious and so small. It's still unclear how baby Zayden Robinson ended up with head injuries.
He's fighting for his life. It's in God's hands.
Zayden's paternal grandmother, Yolanda Thomas Robinson, shows me the baby's room stocked with clothing and diapers.
This child wants for nothing.
The well-maintained room is proof to her of the love Zayden's father, Anthony Robinson, has for his son.
My son is a loving father, a loving individual. This child doesn't have any hate in him.
Police arrested the 22-year-old father for abuse. The parents brought the child to a hospital. Investigators say doctors concluded baby Zayden's injuries were consistent to baby shaking syndrome.
You know, where they're saying this shaking baby, this is where it's coming from. You have a non-responsive child. Let me, wake up, baby.
This grandmother tells me her son told her Zayden fell 4 feet onto the floor from this changing table.
He grips on, he flips himself out.
Investigators say Zayden's mother came home from work and determined something wasn't right with the baby, but the grandmother insisting Zayden's father told the mother to come home after the fall.
He called the mom, they called 911. The mom said, just try to shake him, try to wake him up.
Now this father, seen here embracing his only child, sits in jail accused of harming him.
Stay strong. We will get through this.
Now, if convicted on these charges, his father could spend life in prison. Tonight, he remains behind bars on a $1 million cash bond. Reporting live outside Children's Hospital, Jermont Terry, Local 4.
Jermont, did the grandmother say that the father watched the child often, or was this the first time he watched baby Zayden?
No, he watches him all the time, according to the grandmother, and that's why she said this is just simply odd. It's not like this was the first time he was ever alone with him. And she also added, anytime he was stressed, she told him to just give him a call, and that's what he did Sunday, the day before this all happened.
All right, well, our prayers certainly go out to that baby tonight. Our Jermont Terry reporting for us live. Breaking news that we've just learned, Michigan Attorney General Bill Schuette is expected to announce more charges in connection with Flint's water crisis. Those charges will be announced tomorrow morning at 11:30 in Flint. So far, 3 officials have been charged with criminal wrongdoing in the state's investigation, and we will certainly cover that for you tomorrow morning.
The man accused of posing as a Good Samaritan and raping an 18-year-old woman is now charged with kidnapping and sexual assault. 35-year-old Javon Boykin Sr. was arraigned this afternoon. Yesterday, he was arrested just hours after his Crime Stoppers sketch was released. Investigators say on July 10th, Boykins offered to give the woman a ride home after breaking up a fight between her and her boyfriend. But instead of driving her home, police say he took her to a vacant house and raped her. Well, it's hot again, and anytime it gets like this hot and humid, there's a threat of storms to roll through.
I know, and we really need the rain. Let's get over to Ben now. Will we finally get some, Ben?
So you're saying there's a chance, right? We do have a shot. We'll talk about that in a second, but I did want to show you where all the stuff is right now, all the thunderstorms out here to the west. We've got plenty of instability where we're at on our side of the state, but we just don't have enough lift, enough oomph. They've got it out here coming off of Lake Michigan, the lake breeze enough to trigger these thunderstorms. They're moving at 8 miles an hour. And there's plenty of heavy rain, so just You can see there with those red colors that there are definitely some downpours out there. Doubt they'll survive that trip to the east. We've got one lone cell in Lenawee County that we're looking at just off to the north and east of Morenci, and that's it. The rest of us are completely dry. There's still a shot that we could see something develop tonight. As we said, we've got the instability. We just don't have the lift. Temperatures are going to fall into the 70s here this evening, but anything that shows up is likely going to fade by evening. Don't forget to download our local forecasters app. You can follow any of these lone showers that actually show up. It's got severe weather alerts and a lot more, all in the palm of your hand. Download it for free in your app store by searching WDIV.
The final night of the Democratic National Convention in Philadelphia, and we are going to see live pictures. In fact, we are seeing a live picture from the convention floor. You know, it's finally Hillary Clinton's chance to make her case in prime time. Meanwhile, though, Sanders supporters aren't going away quietly. Let's get to Devin. He is in Philadelphia again tonight and ahead of Clinton's big chance to unify the party. Devin?
Well, Carmen and Jason, welcome back to Philadelphia, where it is raining right now. In fact, the thunder and lightning chased us away from our 4 o'clock live shot, but nobody here minds because for the first time all week it is finally a little cooler. And I think that applies to the Bernie Sanders supporters as well. They've cooled off a bit from their earlier disappointments this week. I talked to Mayor Mike Duggan last night. He said he was really worried about that Sanders component for the first 24 to 48 hours here, but less so now, and a lot of that has to do with the outreach of Bernie Sanders himself.
We want all of America participating.
A long line of speakers found themselves filling time today at a joint meeting of the Michigan, Minnesota, Tennessee, and Oregon delegations. From Walter Mondale,
the Democratic Party has nominated a great woman, and she's going to be the next president of the United States.
To Mayor Mike Duggan and to Congresswoman Brenda Lawrence.
You can stay with Bernie and vote for Hillary Clinton.
They were stretching. For more than an hour, really, but I didn't notice anyone leave. The presidential campaign is over, but the passion remains for the self-avowed socialist urging a revolution. Yes, the run is done, and once again, Bernie Sanders made his arguments against Donald Trump.
Donald Trump is the most dangerous candidate to run for president in the modern history of this country.
And for Hillary Clinton.
What she has agreed to, not insignificant, is a doubling of funding for community health centers all over this country.
And yet, for all their passion and devotion, some of the Sandernistas just can't get there.
We're open to be persuaded, and she needs to do a better job of persuading us. We'll see what she says tonight.
A lot of people feel that way, and we feel that way also because we feel it was not a fair election.
Yes, as one of the Sanders supporters told me today, they just need some time to get over their disappointment. They'll come along in a while, but right now, she said, it's like I'm in mourning and you're asking me to kiss you, meaning the Clinton supporters. So we'll have much more on what's ahead now for Hillary Clinton tonight. What does she have to do in this big address on this last night here at the DNC? That's coming up as we continue our coverage from Philadelphia. Devin Skillian at the Wells Fargo Center, Local 4.
All right, thank you, Devin. And during the conventions, we are keeping the speakers honest. Jason Carr has the truth test tomorrow morning on Local 4 News Today, starting at 4:30 a.m.
I'm Mara McDonald, live in Novi. As we speak, the Secret Service is inside the Suburban Collection showplace. Why? Well, they're doing a sweep because Donald Trump's running mate, Indiana Governor Mike Pence, is set to make his Metro Detroit debut here tonight. Pence has already been in Michigan today, working the west side of the state. Trump was in Ohio last night, calling out Michigan once again by name. Pretty clear that for the Trump-Pence ticket, they definitely see that the Midwest is in their electoral math. So stand by. We're going to be here for the Pence appearance tonight. And I will see you all later tonight in the 11. We're live in Novi. I'm Mara McDonald, Local 4.
All right, Mara, look forward to that. Yeah. Daniel Clay, who was arrested on Friday for the murder of 22-year-old Chelsea Bruck, will undergo a competency exam.
Well, the judge granted the exam today after Clay's defense attorney claimed Clay has been distraught and that an expert should determine his mental state. The exam must be done within 60 days. Now, once the exam is completed, Clay must stand trial within 5 days, and he's currently being held without bond. A major freeway closure we want to warn you about as eastbound 696 will be closed this weekend starting at 9 tomorrow night.
Again, get ready. Here it comes. Eastbound 696 will be closed between the I-275, I-96, M5 interchange and Telegraph Road. The Orchard Lake ramps to eastbound 696 will also be closed. The highway will open up back before the morning rush, though, at 5 a.m. Monday morning. So it's going to be a long weekend, though, if you're headed that way.
So just don't forget, right?
Don't forget.
Well, a top-of-the-line security system wasn't enough to stop one crafty group of robbers.
New tonight, hear firsthand how one grandfather got the scare of his life when he was woken up.
And a wild chase through the streets of Troy. New tonight why this guy decided to take off when he saw police lights flashing, and he wasn't going to stop.
A lot of people tonight laying the blame at Oakland and Macomb counties for putting the brakes on a massive $4.7 billion regional transit plan. Macomb County says you're getting the wrong information. They're actually for it, but they need one change. We'll tell you what that is coming up.
New at 6.
A local woman trying to buy a car online ends up losing thousands of dollars in a scam. New at 6, who the bad guy pretended to be that made the victim believe his lies.
Plus, a disturbing case out of Hazel Park involving an alleged online predator. What he's accused of convincing a 10-year-old girl to do, and the app police say made it possible.
New tonight, a big setback for a $4.7 billion transportation plan on the November ballot. This afternoon, the Regional Transit Authority failed to get the support of Oakland and Macomb County officials. Let's get to Sean Lay. He joins us now. And Sean, what does this mean for the plan moving forward?
You know, we all know that transit means people. People mean transit, but now people are learning that transit right now means politics.
Listen, everybody is willing to put this forward from Macomb County, meaning let's let the voters decide.
Macomb County Executive Mark Hackel says all he needs to tell Macomb County residents is that he was able to get veto language in the big transit plan. He says that way all the players involved have an equal say in how billions of dollars are spent. Today the RTA said it doesn't know how it's legally going to make that happen. We heard from people who rely on buses today. We heard from homeowners for and against the millage that they would have to fund a big chunk of. Bottom line, the RTA board didn't have the votes to move the plan to the November ballot.
Mark Hackel isn't stopping this. Mark Hackel is ready to vote to say, yes, let's put it on the ballot, let the voters do this, with that one caveat to make sure that we make that one simple change. And why others aren't on board with that, I don't know, but if they don't, then they're the ones that are killing this from getting on the ballot.
The plan is ambitious. High-speed buses covering a large part of the region, commuter rail, a combination of taxes costing homeowners about $120 a year, grants and other funding to get it done. Candace Baker is a homeowner in Roseville who is willing to vote for the plan.
I work at a temp service, so a lot of our employees are late to work a lot because the bus system is very unreliable. So I think that's a great thing.
Bottom line, the RTA late this afternoon at the end of their meeting calling now for an emergency meeting to get all these sides back together at the table to try to hammer out some sort of agreement. But Carmen, they've got to do it in a week because that's the deadline to get it on the November ballot to let you decide at home.
And you know how much the region really needs it. What kind of responses are we seeing after the vote today, Sean?
You know, people are saying, yes, the region needs it. Other people are saying they do not like the tax aspect of this. I put it out to Twitter. Vote right now. Act like it's November 8th. Right now, it's about 50-50, 51%, 49%. That's how split and controversial this issue is.
All right, I know we'll stay on top of it. Our Sean Lay reporting for us live. Jason?
New dash cam video shows a wild chase between Oakland County Sheriff's deputies and a man wanted for armed robbery. Take a look. Deputies were alerted to the robbery at the Clark gas station on Rochester Road in Troy. When they try to pull over this blue pickup, he takes off. The driver, that is. You can see him running a red light here, driving all over the place. He's going to veer left and right. They tried to use a pit maneuver to stop him there, but he keeps going. They later were able to catch him on foot. He is now charged in a separate armed robbery case from earlier this month. The Detroit Police Department is hosting a fun-filled night for kids in the Motor City.
Oh, it really is. And it's perfect weather this afternoon for the Detroit Youth Summer Jam. That's where dozens of kids are out at Shane Park, and they did that today for the festival and concert. Along with tons of food and games, kids got to connect with our officers and see what it's like to be in law enforcement. concert will be held at the amphitheater tonight at 7. Boy, a full day of activities there.
It's a good thing we didn't get rain when we got it. I mean, we need it, but that would ruin the summer jam.
Yes, there are a lot of places, a lot of events over the last couple of weeks that have gone on without a hitch because we've been dry.
But we do need a little.
Yeah.
Make it happen, Ben.
We're going to try. There's one spot down there in Seneca Township in Lenawee County. Your grass is a little bit greener than everybody else's. We got just a very quick downpour. It looks like it's starting to fizzle out. And again, anything that shows up isn't moving very fast. This is just sort of meandering off to the east at probably about 5 to 10 miles an hour. And it's really not even moving. It's just sort of forming and dying out. But that's it. As far as what we've got on our side of the state, nothing else showing up there on 4 Live radar, except once you get out over into Ontario, they've got a few thunderstorms out there south and west of London. And of course, that line that we showed you at the top of the broadcast, it's out there closer to Lake Michigan. New drought monitor came out. No surprise to anybody that parts of the area are still under a moderate drought, especially this area here from Wayne County downriver through Monroe, and then the other swath that we're looking at from the Saginaw Bay through the central part of the state, Lansing, and further south to Jackson, and everybody else abnormally dry. We've had about half of our normal rainfall since May, and that doesn't look like it's going to get fixed anytime soon. Our chances of rain are there, but they are slim. And we'll look at them here in just a second. 86 outside, just enough humidity to put our heat index a degree warmer at 87. So not terrible as far as the humidity goes. But right now, all those thunderstorms on the west side of the state coming in off of Lake Michigan. Again, I don't think those are going to hold together. We'll look for a couple to possibly pop on our side of the state. But without a lot of widespread lift to give us that trigger, our chances are not all that good. Here's where the cold front is right now down to the south, and that's usually where we look at for a focal point for showers and storms. It is going to remain to the south tomorrow. So again, with heat and humidity around, there's a chance we could see a shower or storm, but it's not good. Most of us are going to stay dry. That low gets a little bit closer to us on Saturday. That's going to provide us some lift. And so notice that once we get into Saturday morning, we could be seeing a line of showers and storms form north of that front. And as that low gets closer to us, it's at least going to keep our shot around through the afternoon. So it's our best chance that we've got going forward. Anything that shows up Saturday will still be widely scattered, but it's going to be our last chance of rain until the middle of next week. 66 tonight. Scattered thunderstorms ending in the evening if they show up at all. We'll be dry overnight. We got that other shot tomorrow, 85 for that high temperature, but we will be seeing cooler numbers going into the weekend, right at 80, which is going to be our coolest number of the forecast. And then the heat starts coming back middle of next week. Gets really steamy as that humidity starts building on Wednesday. So if we don't get rain here by Saturday, it's going to be probably Thursday before our next shot shows up. So start watering again, or keep watering, I should say.
I think we are still watering.
Yeah. I think I could probably solve this. If I just stay committed to starting to play golf, it'll start raining for sure.
All right.
Is that what happens?
I just haven't played it all.
Those clubs going.
Yeah.
A golfer, are you?
A real battle of the sexes brewing at Michigan State. Ahead here at 5, the fight over a study lounge once reserved only for women.
All right, we'll get to that. But first, red lights as far as the eye can see. What had all these officers and ambulances scrambling to a small house? Next.
Right now.
One person is dead, 11 others injured when an out-of-control car slams into a Los Angeles home during a prayer group meeting. The victims were between 40 and 80 years of age. After crashing into the house, the driver took off on foot, and the incident is now being investigated as a hit and run. Police say the female driver was speeding through the neighborhood when she lost control.
Okay.
There was no license plate on the car and no identification inside.
Different angle.
Well, on Detroit's east side, a man is gunned down in his own home.
We're told the victim is in his mid-20s. He was found shot to death inside a home on the 8000 block of Hyden near Evergreen and Joy Road. Investigators say he was alone in the house when he was found by a relative this morning with at least 2 gunshot wounds. His name isn't being released right now. New tonight, police have identified the man whose body was found wrapped in plastic and rolled up in carpet. 44-year-old Maurice Varner's body was found early Monday morning on Detroit's west side. Varner's death has been ruled a homicide caused by multiple sharp force and blunt force trauma. The body was found behind a vacant party store near Fenkell in Livernois. Anybody with information is asked to contact police.
The State Department is looking into reports that a U.S. citizen has been detained in Iran. He is the third American to be arrested in that country in the last few months. Friends of Robin Reza Shahini say he was arrested earlier this month while in the northeastern city of Gorgan. They say Shahini is an Iranian American from California and was detained while visiting his mother. Iran confirmed the detention of a visiting citizen but did not say what charges they may face.
New at 5:30.
Eyesores just like this one being cleaned up all over Detroit, but there's confusion about what's left behind after the crews have gone away. I'm Hank Winchester. We'll have that story for you coming up new tonight.
A Roseville teen accused of stabbing another teen in the chest will be tried as an adult. His lawyer says it was self-defense.
When a grandfather heard someone rifling through some video games in the middle of the night, he thought it was his grandson. But trust me when I tell you, the man on the ground here was not 10 years old.
The guy answered me. He said, "I'm getting my game."
And these bad guys, they had their sights set on more than just the TV, and this isn't the only house broken into. The story on Local 4.
Gather the facts. Live from downtown Detroit. Local 4 News at 5:30 starts now.
A top-of-the-line security system just wasn't enough. How some crafty robbers broke into not one but two houses in one Detroit neighborhood. That home you just saw has a top-of-the-line security system. They hoped the multiple security cameras would fend off any robbers.
Yeah, you'd think that, but that is not what happened overnight on the city's east side. Our Lauren Podell shows us how robbers were able to get in and give one grandfather the scare of his life.
It was 4:30 Thursday morning when a couple of bad guys had their sights set on a home here on Montclair Street on the city's east side. But they didn't stop there. Detroit police believe the same group of robbers made their way 2 streets over. That brought them here to Fairview by 545. The connection? Both homes had security cameras, and both of them were targeted. This is how one Detroit mom keeps tabs on the inside and outside of her home through the eyes of security cameras. Except early Thursday, those cameras went black.
They removed the cameras from the outside, snatched them, and so we can't even find them on the property.
So Detroit police came to check things out after a group of men had made their way in.
They came in through the kitchen window, which is unsecure.
Her home invaded with her father fast asleep on the couch.
Approximately 3 intruders were in the home when he woke up.
His grandson fast asleep upstairs.
Normally he'll hang out with me, but I know he'll watch television and act like he sleeps, so I sent him to his room.
The focus of the robbery, the TV stand.
There's someone on the floor, and I thought it was my grandson, you know, so I'm like, "What are you doing?" And the guy answered me. He said, "I'm getting my game." I was like, "Wait a minute, that doesn't sound like my grandson."
Whoever it was certainly wasn't playing games.
I went to get up, and that's when the other guy came around the corner with the gun and told me to lay back down and turn my head.
2 streets over, another home with another camera unplugged. The man who lives here said,
"Come here, boy. Come here."
His 4-legged security spooked off the bad guys before they got in. Back on Montclair, Grandpa did what he had to do.
It's my grandson, that was my concern, so I had to comply with them so I could get to him.
So the TV was the only thing these robbers got away with. Reporting from Detroit's east side, Lauren Podell, Local 4.
Well, the homeowner is working with Comcast Security to try to recover any images of the robbers before they stole the camera. If you have any information, call Detroit Police. Jason.
This 15-year-old from Roseville has now been charged as an adult in the knife attack that left another teen injured. 15-year-old Brandon Williams was in court today to be formally charged. Priya Mann was there too. And Priya, what is he charged with?
Well, he's been charged with assault with intent to murder. He will be tried as an adult. Now, this teenager, he was set to begin high school in the fall. Now he faces life behind bars.
I find that this particular defendant is a danger to himself as well as a danger to society.
15-year-old Brandon Williams is accused of stabbing a teen 1/4 of an inch from his heart. The Roseville teen was charged with assault with intent to murder and will be tried as an adult.
I don't think that's fair at all.
He doesn't have a history of violence.
Police say Monday night a few dozen teens gathered at the Roseville Veterans Memorial Park. Witnesses said a fight started after Williams was accused of spreading rumors about the victim's girlfriend. Williams says the victim punched him in the back of the head before he allegedly stabbed the teen.
I don't know if anybody's going to buy self-defense. If somebody hits you, that you can pull a knife and stab them in the heart.
The 16-year-old East Point teen was rushed to the hospital in critical condition and underwent emergency open-heart surgery.
I'm not only about my son going to prison for the rest of his life, but a 16-year-old kid's going to lose his life over bashing some girl, you know, his name, you know, I mean, it's just ridiculous.
Roseville police say in the past 3 years, they've had 20 contacts with Williams for drugs and weapons offenses and problems at school.
He's a good kid. He was getting off probation. It's not he doesn't have a whole bunch of family, you know what I'm saying? I'm all he's got.
Now, Williams remains behind bars on $100,000 cash surety. We learned today that in elementary school, he was diagnosed as being cognitively impaired. He was also seeing a psychiatrist because his mother died a few months ago. As for the victim, his condition is improving and he is expected to recover. Reporting live from Roseville, I'm Priya Mann, Local 4.
Well, with all the buzz around the conventions, it can be easy to forget that we have a big primary election coming up on Tuesday. So tonight, Guy Gordon has a look at some key races as voters get ready to hit the polls.
It's going to be interesting. We've got one long-serving congressperson stepping aside and another one seeking a 27th term, and that has made for interesting congressional races in our area. In Macomb County, the GOP 10th District campaign is really the most hotly contested seat locally. Paul Mitchell, a businessman, a new arrival to the district, now occupied by Candace Miller. He is mounting an expensive campaign against Senator Phil Pavlo and 27-year Air Force veteran and newcomer David Van Ash. Detroit City Clerk Janice Winfrey has picked up key endorsements in her challenge of 87-year-old 27-term Congressman John Conyers. Will the Democratic primary send a new face to Washington? In legislative races, Conyers' 27-year-old great-nephew is in a pitched battle with longtime Politico Fred Durhal Jr. for the seat left vacant by Senator Virgil Smith's criminal conviction. They have split the big union endorsements. Mayor Mike Duggan is backing Conyers. Representative Brian Banks has an uphill battle for his re-election against 5 challengers in the 1st District. He is currently facing 2 charges for financial felonies. 5 candidates are seeking a lone at-large seat on the Detroit City Council. Janae Ayers won that seat in a special election. Now David Alexander Bullock, John Cromer, Sigmund Japowski, and Eric Williams are hoping to take the seat from her. The winner will fill a partial term that ends New Year's Day 2018. And we have a familiar face in an unfamiliar place. Former Wayne County Executive Robert Picado among 21 candidates seeking 4 seats on the Wayne County Circuit Court bench. And remember, if you want to get a sample ballot or for anything involving Decision 2016, you can go to the politics page at clickondetroit.com. We'll show you where you can find a sample ballot for your precinct. Back to you.
All right, Guy. Michigan State students are fighting back after a woman's lounge on campus is being open to all genders. The lounge served as a safe place for women to relax without unwanted male attention. Now students have started an online petition urging the university to keep the lounge just for women. The petition already has 5,000 signatures, but a university spokesman says the school still plans to go forward with the lounge's conversion. In good health, about 12% of people in the U.S. suffer from a serious form of artery disease where blood flow is blocked in the legs.
And in its most severe form, people can be at risk for an amputation. Dr. Frank McGeorge is here with a minimally invasive solution to that problem. Tell us about it, Doc.
Well, Jason and Kimberly, to be specific, we are not talking about, first of all, vein problems like varicose veins that might cause swelling and discomfort. We're talking about much more serious arterial blockages that actually rob the legs of blood and oxygen and cause severe pain with any exertion and even at rest.
Last summer, sand and surf were anything but relaxing for 60-year-old Donna Swanstrom.
It was pretty agonizing trying to walk down the beach.
Donna had constant nagging pain in her legs, which she thought was nerve damage, but then heel pain took a nasty turn.
I developed a sore on my foot, and I'm like, ooh, this is not good.
Donna was diagnosed with a severe form of artery disease called critical limb ischemia, where blood flow becomes blocked. Without circulation, her sore wouldn't heal, and she found herself in excruciating pain.
My foot was dying. My foot was literally dying.
Donna had a minimally invasive procedure where balloons, stents, and wires were threaded through a catheter to open up the arteries in the leg and improve blood flow, a procedure that, according to recent research, usually trumps traditional open surgery.
This is the only therapy that has been shown to have significant impact in patients with critical limb ischemia. It's been shown to prevent amputation, and by doing so, most likely impacts longevity.
The procedure restored blood flow and saved Donna's leg.
It was amazing. Within the next day, you could see the ulcer that I had on my foot healing. It was just incredible.
Now, Donna wants nothing more than to sink her toes in the sand.
My biggest thing will be able to walk down the beach without being in agony.
Now, there are still times when a traditional arterial bypass surgery is necessary, but procedures like this are really becoming more common and more sophisticated with an outcome that's really just as good as surgery.
Yeah, to say that she got relief right after the surgery is pretty impressive. But how long are you out of commission? Is it pretty fast? And
yeah, it's actually it's essentially a same-day surgery. You can have the procedure and you can go right home. And I have seen patients get procedures like this, and literally, after the artery is opened, you see their foot pink up right in front of you. So it's very impressive. It's not subtle at all.
And we say surgery, but don't freak out. I mean,
no,
like you
this
say,
is minimally invasive. It's just like a cardiac catheterization, actually. It's very similar.
Good, good.
Very helpful. Thanks,
Doc.
Di.
Sure.
Two little girls living with Down syndrome aren't letting anything get in their way.
Yeah, this is a great story. New tonight, we'll show you how their big project is not only raising awareness, but truly inspiring others.
And get ready to be completely creeped out. What you don't see in this security camera video that'll have you making sure your doors are locked.
Demolitions taking place now almost every day in Detroit, but there's concern and confusion about what's left behind. I'm Hank Winchester. We'll have that story for you coming up in my Help Me Hank report, new tonight.
Too great. New at 6.
A thief goes old school in breaking into a local wireless store. You'll see him in action, new at 6.
Plus, new research on the causes of divorce finds money is not the key factor in breaking up marriages.
Tonight, Help Me Hank taking you inside Detroit's demolition process. Thousands of homes coming down, and with that, many questions from those living nearby.
Yeah, a couple of questions are, when will the abandoned home on my street come down, and how long will it take to remove the debris and fill in the hole left behind? Our consumer investigator Hank Winchester with what you need to know from Detroit's West Side.
Properties like this one right here, an obvious eyesore and a big danger. And even once all this mess is cleared away, there's still confusion about what's left behind. Crews on the west side today filling a big hole where an abandoned home once stood.
I'm very happy that I've been trying to get rid of for 3 years.
Ray Johnson takes pride in his neighborhood.
I've been here 32 years, and about 4 years ago, they tore down these homes here and these homes here, and they filled a hole within 3 days, no longer than a week. So that was my main concern about the kids falling in the hole.
Take a look at the numbers. Since 2014, more than 10,000 abandoned homes have come down. This year alone, 2,667 will be torn down. As of right now, 481 of those have already been assigned to a contractor. But we receive many calls from those of you both celebrating and concerned. Celebrating when that abandoned home comes down, but also worried about the timeline from teardown to when that hole gets filled. That worried Ray and his neighbors.
I don't want it next to my house. I don't think anybody would want to have mess next to their house.
But just days after Ray raised concerns, that hole was filled by the city. Here's what you need to know. Once a home is torn down, the debris is removed. Then that hole is filled. These things all happen on different days, but the entire process must be completed within 30 days from start to finish. And the city has a great website which tracks all of the demolitions taking place in Detroit in real time. We're going to post a link to that site on the Help Me Hank page at clickondetroit.com. I'm Hank Winchester, back to you.